As I was saying, the state has proved beyond a doubt that the defendant was insanely jealous of the young woman associated with him in his vaudeville act. Just what their relationship was is no concern of ours.
Can't get away with that.
Bobby.
Quiet.
But it is a well-known fact that on more than one occasion, the defendant has publicly resented the attentions of the murdered man to this young woman.
You know, that dirty rat out. No,
Bobby.
You're hurting your own case.
Control yourself.
We have also established the fact that on the day of the murder, the defendant, in the presence of a number of the stage crew, was heard to say, "If he ever puts his hands on her again, I'll get him if it's the last thing I ever do." And later on, that same day, the defendant slipped into the dressing room of the deceased and in cold blood killed his victim. He was undoubtedly incited to this rash act by the possibility of the young woman resuming her, shall we say, resuming her former relations with the murdered man.
That's a lie.
Bobby.
Take your seat. Observe the decorum of this court.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, has not the defendant, by his recent outburst, proven himself a person of ungovernable temper? Now do you doubt for one moment he is an unmanageable person with murder in his heart? Your Honor, the state rests its case.
I ask you to remember that while the evidence against the defendant can be called, as the defense calls it, circumstantial, it is circumstantial only in one point, that no one saw the actual killing. A possible motive has been clearly established, a motive which the defense has not seen fit to deny. Now, your responsibility is not to consider any state of mind of the defendant which might cause him to feel any justification for the crime. On the other hand, do not let yourselves be swayed by prejudice. Consider only the law and the evidence. Consider only whether or not the defendant is guilty of the charge of murder. The jury will now retire and prepare a just and true verdict.
Well, everything seems to be in order.
Seems good to get verdict instructed.
Certainly does.
Well, this is the jury room.
Yes, this is the jury room. Well, folks, take yourself at home. I don't think we'll be here very long.
You know, I'm not a very strong woman anyway. And sitting in that straight back chair all these days has just about killed me. You know, I've had 4 operations already.
Yes, I have a thorough knowledge of each and every one of your incisions.
As soon as I get out of here, I'm going right back on my diet. Well,
Sure. All the comforts of home. Well, folks, as I've been chosen foreman of this jury, I think I'd better get things started. Now, please gather around the table and we'll take the ballot. Some time, pencils and paper opposite each chair. Now, write down your verdict according to the honest opinions you have formed. Guilty or not guilty.
I beg your pardon, lady, but you spell guilty with 2 L's, don't you? Why, of course, anybody knows that.
no. G-U-I-L-T-Y.
Oh.
Come on. Put your vote in the hat. Just put it in the hat, please. Pass it down. Put the
They're
vote in the
fine,
hat.
just like all the others.
Well, it won't be long now.
Sure.
There we are.
Well, we'll soon know the answer. Guilty? 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 Not guilty. Guilty. 11 for conviction and 1 for acquittal. I suppose some fool sentimental woman wrote that.
Well, if you meant that for me, I didn't write it. I know he's guilty. It wasn't me either, nor me either.
Well, then who was it? Just which one of you gentlemen think this bird isn't guilty?
Well, I don't think he was guilty.
Oh, you don't, eh?
No. No, sir.
You understood the evidence, didn't you?
Sure.
Well, then, for Pete's sake, didn't that young so-and-so threaten he'd get the other fellow if it was the last act of his life?
Yeah. Didn't a bunch of the stage hands hear him make the threat?
And didn't you get the defendant that admit they all boarded at the same house when they found the young man in the girl's room?
I didn't understand what you said. You please.
I say, didn't you hear the defendant that admit they all boarded at the same house when they found the young man in the girl's room?
I'm sorry, but it was too fast. You speak too fast. I didn't understand you.
Didn't you hear the defendant admit they all boarded at the same house and that he found the young man in the girl's room?
Oh, yeah. And didn't he say that he saw his girl in the other fellow's arms? Well, didn't he? Yeah.
Say, listen, don't you know that a man will do most anything to keep the woman he loves or for himself?
Oh, he don't know what it's all about.
Didn't they find him the other man threatening him with a gun in his hand?
Yeah? Well, now, are you still crazy enough to think he didn't do it? Yeah. What?
Well, there wasn't nobody saw him shoot him.
What did you say?
I said nobody was in the theater when, or in the dressing room when he got shot. There wasn't nobody saw him shoot him.
Oh, so nobody saw him shoot him, eh? Yeah. So nobody saw him shooting. Say, do you expect a murderer to telephone the police to send up the homicide squad to umpire the killing?
Well, I don't know what that homicide was, but you got it mixed up a little bit. The umpire is for the baseball game.
No. I mean, is it necessary for the police to come up and see the killing?
Well, they don't have to if they don't want to.
Oh, I give up.
For the love of Mike, what do we do with a mule? Listen to me.
Well, how can one stubborn man keep us here like this? I want to get home.
Well, I don't think he was guilty.
Oh, you don't, eh? Well, what more do you want?
Well, I can't help to convict the man just because it was on circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial nothing.
Come on now, cut out all this chicken-hearted business. You know he's guilty.
I don't think he killed him. And I hate to think of anybody was going to be hanged, especially when it was so near Christmas.
Well, of course, that's a beautiful thought, you know, but I must get home.
That's all right with me, too. I'm satisfied to. Graham? Say, use your head something else beside a hat rack.
And didn't the evidence prove conclusively that he was guilty? Now, look here, you've got to line up with us. Come on, step into it. We all know he's guilty, and you don't want to keep us. Just a stubborn Dutchman, that's all. Made up his mind.
Hearts are higher than stage, aren't they?
Of course not. Who else is?
I did. Well, come on.
I passed.
Well, I did 3 spades.
Huh?
Huh?
Not bad, partner, but not good. Of course, I don't want to brag, but that 18-day diet from Hollywood simply did nothing for me at all but give me acidosis.
So it seems.
And the cream cheese and pineapple didn't make me positive live that. But I worked out a diet for myself that's the most marvelous thing I have ever tried.
Please, lady, let me keep my mind on the game. Now, what? Oh, there's...
Say that? Seems like luck with me, doesn't it? I hope so.
You're bad enough alone.
Don't you think a little singing like we did before dinner might help to brighten us up a bit?
It might.
Fine, it takes me back to the old fire department days.
You gentlemen remember In the Shade of the Old Apple Tree?
Do I know it? Sure, give us the key.
In the shade of the old apple tree,
You're off again.
when the light in your eyes I can see. Oh, no. You see, there at the end of that first line, you want to drop down.
Say, look here, I'm down as low as I can get now. Waiting around here for that Dutchman to get some sense in him.
We all feel the same way. But come on, let's go on from there.
Right over.
When the voice that I heard, like the song of a bird, seemed to whisper,
Say, for heaven's sake, stop that singing. And cut out that card playing, too. We're here for a definite purpose. Now, come on, let's get back to business. That's what I say. Let's get out of here. Well, are you ready to be sensible? We've laid off of you for an hour now.
Thank you.
You know, 11 of us have voted guilty 20 times.
Yeah, I know that. I was here.
Well, hasn't that any effect on you? Doesn't that convince you that you're wrong?
I don't think it killed him.
Oh.
I think it's simply outrageous for you to keep us here like this. I never saw such a obstinate man.
Well, a boy's life is worth more than our time. What can you expect from a foreigner?
Hearing all of this evidence, he still holds out like that.
Hey, young fella, what do you do when you're not hanging up juries?
I don't hang no jury.
Just
I don't want to hang nobody.
No, I mean, what do you work at?
Oh, well, I was for the circus.
I thought circuses was always traveling around, going someplace, doing things.
Well, there is, but don't you see, circuses now, we are in winter quarter.
Well, what do you do with the circus?
Oh, I was a clown.
You a clown? Say, folks, the mule has turned out to be a clown.
No. I was not a mule.
Oh, he says he's not a mule.
No, but I work with a mule, though, in the circus.
Well, if you're a clown, maybe you could do something to kind of cheer us up.
Yes, come on, do
Sure,
something.
go ahead.
Start clowning.
Oh, no, it would be silly for me to do something here.
No, it wouldn't be so.
No, I don't want to do
I think
Go on.
Come on.
Come on.
Well, a little
What do you think is wrong?
A little circus trick I know one. Kind of don't mount so much, but
Do it anyway.
Let's see you do it.
Fine, a handstand.
and there you is. You.
Look at that. Look at clown. An old gag, but it always goes. It's an old...
Quite clever. Really remarkable. A great hand. I bet you can play it in the starter.
Well, old funny face can do something after all.
Say, that's the first time I've had since I've been in here. Did you get a little kick out of it?
Yeah, sure. Well, maybe you could do another little trick for it.
No more.
Oh, yeah. Oh, come on.
Well, here's a little one. Wait a minute. Better get out of that, I am.
And I like to do silly things just to make people laugh. You know, there was an old saying, but everybody knows it. I remember it so well. It goes, laugh and the world is also laughing. Weep and there's nobody weeping with you. so that's a good one, and that's right, too. I like to see everybody laugh, you know. And now, don't you think you people would always be happier? Don't you think when you go out of here, and you go out, you know that you was not responsible for hanging a man? You know, I know everything looks black for that boy now, but he's not the kind of a man that would sneak into a room and shoot a person.
Say, this poor boob is actually trying to change our minds.
Why don't you try to see my side of this business? You know, folks, he's only a little boy, and if you hang him, it wouldn't do nobody some good. Then
A message from the court. If you have not arrived at a verdict in 10 minutes, you are to be locked up for the night.
We're not going to be locked up in here.
No, they sent us to a
I can't be sick another day. And I'm not strong enough to stand it.
You're right. This is all ridiculous. Now, look here, you. You come across and agree with us and do it quick.
Please, I really can't stand
I'm
this.
getting disgusted.
Wait, can't you see that we're all fed up with you? Are you ready to vote guilty? No.
Please, I will not will.
Keep us in here all right.
Stop that pounding. Stop that pounding. It's getting on my nerves.
All right. You're not the only one in here that's jumpy.
For heaven's sake, give your jaws a rest.
Oh, don't pop off. This gun is the only snappy thing in here. Christmas, and my poor babies at home waiting for their mother. And here I am, shut up like a prisoner, all on account of that man who hasn't any heart.
Cut out that snoring. I want to sleep. What's the matter with you?
Well, what are you going to do
Do? About what?
about this verdict? Don't you know it's only 3 days till Christmas, and I haven't even bought a tree for my children or their presents or anything?
Oh, I'm sorry about the little kiddies, but I can't vote to hang a boy just because you ain't done your Christmas shopping.
I tell you, I can't stand another day of this. I'll go crazy.
We'll all be with you if we stay locked up in this room much longer.
Please, Mrs. Borden, don't excite yourself so. Take it easy. Oh, I can't help it. All I can think of is my poor children, crying their little hearts out. I can't stand it. I can't stand it any
You won't
longer.
be satisfied until you've driven this woman into hysterics.
Oh, lady, I'm sorry. I don't want to make you cry. Look, I do something to make you laugh. It's a little trick. You look here. You see, here's the card. And there's gone. And there is it, you see? Now look, once more. It's gone. And here's the card.
What's a clown doing in the jury room anyway? You're just a low-brow comic with your brains in your feet.
11 sensible people kept here day after day by a jackass that ain't got sense enough to change his mind.
I am not a jackass.
Oh, shut up. Why don't you think it over?
It ain't what I think. It ain't what anybody thinks. It's just what's right, that's all.
And if you don't vote right, in 5 minutes I'm going to sock you on that homely mug of yours.
I've stood all I'm going to from you.
Why don't you act like a human being, you thick-headed lug?
Oh, I want to get out of here, but I know that boy didn't shoot that man.
How do you know he didn't shoot him?
Well, there was nobody saw him shoot him.
You can keep on saying that from now until next Christmas, but it won't change the facts of the case. The boy threatened the other fellow. He was crazy jealous over the girl. The man was found dead, and the boy in the room with the gun in his hand. What more can any sane man want to know?
Oh, why waste your breath on that
Now,
clown?
you listen to me. We're going to take one more ballot, and you vote with us.
And you do it quick.
Now, wait a minute. Now, you come through, you little four-flusser.
Oh, please, please, please let me go home. Don't keep me here another day. I want my baby. They're crying for me, I know it. Please, won't you let me go back to them? Won't you?
Don't cry, lady. Please, don't cry. I don't want you to cry. I don't want to make anybody cry. I want everybody to be happy. I want to see it your way. I know, but I understand. But I know that boy is innocent. And nothing is going to change my mind about that. You hear me? Nothing is going to change my mind about that.
Oh, my God.
Give me a glass of water.
I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry, lady.
You're responsible for all this. If it wasn't for you, we'd all be out of here.
Isn't
this enough? I suppose you're satisfied
kind of
now.
this contemptible here.
Oh, my baby. Please. I do want to go home.
You'll soon be out of here.
Well, I'm not going to be responsible for this lady's health. We've been in here 5 days now, and this is the finish.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to send word to the court that we can't agree. We're going home. Thank goodness.
Listen, we have to agree on a verdict, don't we?
No. If we can't reach a decision, we'll let the next juror hang. Come on, folks. Let's go.
Let's get out of here. Come on.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You've got to listen to me. Let me tell you.
There's only one thing you can tell me, and that's guilty.
I know, but it's all on circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence is good enough for me.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Now, let me tell you a little story, please.
We've been here 5 days, and now you want to tell me a story. Get away from me.
Oh, please,
Go
Mr.
on, get away.
Oh, please.
No, I'm going to get out of here.
No, I don't
Please,
know.
lady, I want Please, let me tell you something about circumstantial evidence.
Oh, go to the devil. Come on, folks, we're going.
Wait. You've got to listen to me. Now, let me tell you a little something. Let me tell you a little story once, will you please? If you will just listen, and after I've got all finished, if you still think that that boy out there is guilty, if you still believe he's guilty, then I'll vote guilty with you.
Oh, come on. Wait.
You say that if we listen to your story, you'll vote guilty?
Yeah.
All right. Come on, folks. A few minutes more won't matter.
All right.
Now, come on, clown. Snap into it. And it better be good.
Thank you. Well, of course, folks, I was born in this country 6 years, so I might get mixed up a little. My English ain't so good. I know that.
Yeah, we know all about that. We've been listening to it for 5 days. Go ahead with the story.
Well, I told you before I was a clown. You see that. Well, last year I was with the circus, you see, and it was our first week. We was on the road. We was out and school. It was the first week of vacation, and the children was out of school. And the tent was just filled with little kiddies, and there was laughing and screaming.
The big idea, cutting your act short with a house full of kids.
Oh, I'm sorry about the kids, but I got an engagement.
Engagement? Since when have you been stepping out with the ladies?
Oh, well, it's not the lady. You remember Carl that used to work with me was my partner?
Yeah, what's he got to do with it?
Well, you remember when he was killed, he left a little daughter? You remember then?
Yeah, cute kid she was. About 14, wasn't she? Whatever became of her?
Oh, well, I've been trying to take care of her ever since.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
I sent her to the school, you know, one of those schools that was in the convent. I sent her there.
You sentimental old fool, you.
Well, somebody had to take care of her.
And you've been looking after her all this time on your pay?
Oh, well. And she's coming today. She's coming here. Her school is having a vacation, and she's coming home to see us. Oh, maybe she's here now. I better run. I'll see you later, huh? save you if I wasn't glad to see you. I'm happy to have you here. I was afraid I wouldn't get down here in time to see you. Uh-oh, here's the bad news here. How much is it? $3.20. I think I better pay him before he starts crying.
I have that much left.
No, town has got money someplace, if it can only find it. Oh, yes, I'll get it here. Yes, I can find the puppet too, you see? Now we have to come out money. There you are, there's 1, 2, 3. Now let's see how much change to cut here. 20 cents. Just right. Okay? Okay. I got you and you at home. Yeah, and my little pumpkin.
You know, I love the very smell of a circus.
Yeah? Well, if you love the smell of the circus, you're certainly going to have lots to love around this one. Oh, boy.
Hey, Peppo.
Yeah?
Have you got a needle and some strong thread?
Sure, I think so. Why, what's happened?
The Siamese twins had a row, and I got to sew them together again.
Oh, yeah? I told those two darn kids not to get married. There you is. I got it. Did you get that? That's a good one.
What's the matter? Aren't they real?
Sure they was real, but they wasn't real Siamese. You see, she was a bareback rider what fell off the horse and hurt her ankle, you see? And he was a lion tamer, but he got scared of the lion, so they teamed up and became Siamese. The only thing that was twins about them was the clothes they was wearing. Now you got it, huh? That's a good one, my little pumpkin. Now I want to hear everything that you have got to tell me. Everything. I want to know what happened. Come on over here and sit down.
Well, nothing's happened. It's the same thing day after day. School's awfully dull and stupid. And I'm not going back.
Oh, you're not going back to school?
No.
Ah, you're a little foolish. You're being ridiculous. Of course you're going back to school. You have to go. Learn how to be a nice, fine lady.
But, Bessie, I don't want to be a lady.
No?
No, I want to stay here with you in the circus and have fun and learn to earn my own living and help me.
Hey, Nancy, will you please stop jumping on this? How you think I'm going to tighten this up? I got work to do here.
You don't have to work. I know a good movie that's open in the morning.
Oh, yeah, sure, you always do. Don't you think I got something else to do besides take you to movies?
Yes.
Yes, of course. I have to learn new tricks, you see, so I can make the people laugh. Oh, it's no laughing matter, just the same. See, there, I caught you. Now stop it. I don't want to stick you twice more. Once is too much. Now, don't do it some more. Don't now. You're going to stop it. You got a big... You know what I'm going to do to you? You bad little girl. I'm going to put you in a big cage with a hippopotamus. And the hippopotamus is going to eat you all up. Bad girl. Now, don't you do it. You're going to stop.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, you was a bad pumpkin. Pumpkins, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to knock the Z's out of you if you don't stop doing that now.
You'll have to catch me first.
Yes? Well, such impudence from a little girl like you is going to get you a good spanking. That's what I'm going to do to you. I show you. You want to jump, huh? You want to jump. You want to jump. You want to jump. Come on for nothing. I'll jump you, get you wanted to jump, didn't you? You wanted to jump, I'll jump you.
Daddy, you can't see. You can't catch me now.
Run, get out, woman.
I'm running faster than you.
Here I come, ready. That'll make no difference. If you don't think I will get you, you will find out.
You have to come up here and get
Oh,
me.
wait, Nancy, don't go up there, please. I'm afraid you're going to fall.
You're just fooling.
No, no. Honey. Nancy, my little girl, you wasn't hurt. You was just scared, baby. Please wake up. See, you was all right. Nancy.
Did I faint? Gee, I was scared for a minute. Well, anyway, you didn't catch me, so you can't thank me now.
No, and maybe it would be better if I don't ever spank you no more. You know, you're getting to be a very big girl.
I think you're right. You know, I'm getting nearer to 18 every day.
18. My little Nancy, 18. Maybe it would be better if I don't ever kiss you no more, too.
Aw, why shouldn't you? Aren't you my daddy? Gee, I'm so happy to be back here again. I'm having more darn fun, and I've met more nice people. If the girls at school could see me, they'd just die of envy. And I'm so happy to be back here with my old daddy, Bessie.
Hey, see here, young lady. Where you get that old stuff? How you think your old daddy Pepper was?
Oh, about 40.
40? You was fooling.
Oh, I didn't mean 40.
Well, that's a good thing you didn't.
Maybe 45. Or 50. Or 55. Or 60, or 65, or 70, or